Hello, everyone. Good morning. Happy Father's Day to all fathers and potential fathers. We bless God for today and we thank God for granting us the grace to see this week. Today, we want to continue from where we left off the last time with respect to our topic, love. So, today we are talking about love part 2. The Bible says in First Corinthians chapter 13, verse 4 to 8. Love suffers long and is kind. Love does not envy. Love does not parade itself, is not puffed up, does not behave rudely, does not seek its own, is not provoked, thinks no evil, does not rejoice in iniquity, but rejoices in the truth, bears all things, believes all things, hopes all things, endures all things. Love never fails, but whether there are prophecies, they will fail. Whether there are tongues, they will cease. Whether there is knowledge, it will vanish away. Today we want to continue from where we left off. And now, the last time when we were sharing this message, we spoke about the fact that there are people who are walking in spiritual gifts, yet they don't have love. And we mentioned that the Bible or Paul was comparing spiritual gifts with character. And the character here is love. We understood that this character is God Himself, because the Bible says in 1 John chapter 4, verse 8, that God is love. And you cannot say you love, you cannot say you know God without you having love. So God Himself is love. And today we want to continue by starting with the verse 8. We are going to dwell on the verse 8 today. Sorry, verse 4 today. Then we'll continue from there next time. So the verse 4 says that love suffers long and is kind. Love does not envy. Love does not parade itself. It's not puffed up. All right. So why is the Bible saying love is not, love does not, love does not? It looks like the Bible is personifying love. It is because we have already established that love is God. Okay, so whatever you are seeing here is qualities of God, is attributes of God. So in place of love, you can choose to say God suffers long and is kind. God does not envy. God does not parade himself and is not puffed up. So you can replace love here with God, because that is God. So for a believer to be called a Christian, for a believer to walk in love, he should be able to, manifest these qualities. He should be able to show these qualities, because it is only by their fruit we will know them. All right, it's only by their fruit, as the Bible says, that we will know them. All right, so the believer has to show these qualities. And one of the things you have to note is that when the Bible says, or if the Bible is saying love suffers long, it means that it is about endurance. All right. So anyone who has the character of God in him endures. It means the person is able to stand hardship. It means that the person doesn't give up on himself or on others easily. There are times that people will do things to you that you have to give up on them. But because of this character, you are able to always give people the benefit of the doubt. Remember, it is suffers long. So there are times that it will get to a particular time that the Lord Himself will allow you to let them be. All right. So it means that this person doesn't let go easily. The person is able to endure, doesn't give up on himself or on others easily. The person is able to stand hard times. It also means that the person, has to be patient. All right. One of the characters of Christian life is patience. These qualities we are mentioning here are in line with Galatians chapter 5, verse 22. So the person has to be patient enough. All right. And one of the things too we want to say is that the person should be forgiving. You should be forgiving, because if you cannot forgive, you can't suffer long. So the Bible didn't say can suffer short or short suffering, but long suffering. It means the thing is not pleasant, but you have to allow it to happen because you want to show love. And that is why it is unconditional love, because if you are based on conditions, then you will show this love only when things are pleasant. The next thing we want to talk about is that love is kind. All right, love is kind. There are people who are working in spiritual gifts, but they are not kind. they don't suffer long, as we have mentioned. There are people who are very wicked. They don't give. They don't do good. They are very wicked. They don't motivate. Even if you hear their words will discourage you further. But a Christian, somebody who has this character, walks in kindness. The person is good towards people, and not only to those who are good to them. Remember, the Bible says in Luke chapter 6, verse 33, that if you are good to those who are good to you alone, then what profit will you gain from it? Because unbelievers even do so. So there are believers who are good to only those who are good to them. You have to be good to your enemies, and that is difficult. That is why it is a sacrificial and an unconditional love. The next thing we want to talk about is love does not envy. This is very serious. You know, there are people who cannot celebrate the breakthroughs of others. There are people who cannot help it when others are doing well than them. They are always jealous. They are always envious. It's like they can't help it. Remember that the Lord you are following, God is not envious, because if God is envious, Jesus Christ wouldn't have said in John chapter 14, verse 12, that greater works than this shall you do. I mean, if you believe in me, you will do what I am doing, and you will do greater. Any person who is jealous or envious will not say this thing, because he won't want you to do better than him or her. But Jesus Christ was able to say that. It means we have to also work in this mindset, wanting people to do better than us, because no matter what you do, there are people who are better than you. Just accept this fact. And if you accept this fact, it is very difficult for you to walk in jealousy. The only place God is jealous is when the devil is having you, and that's where God is, and that's a good form of jealousy. The same applies to us. If we Christians see the devil manipulating people, using people, and we are jealous of that, that's a good jealousy. But being jealous of the good things somebody is seeing in their lives, it is a bad thing. You can't do that once you are walking in love. The next thing you want to talk about is love does not parade itself, or is not puffed up. There are people who are proud, who have exaggerated opinion of themselves. If they are not in it, it can't happen. Without them, it doesn't exist. This is a very dangerous thing, because God suppresses the proud and give grace to the humble in James. So you don't want to put yourself in this position. Love does not parade itself, does not blow its trumpet. Love does not arrogate itself. So if you are someone who arrogates yourself, want people to bow to you, who want to, have exaggerated opinion of you are in a class of your own, nobody can compare himself to you, nobody can do what you are doing. That is very dangerous. That is not love. So today, this is what I'm leaving with you as you are beginning a new week. I pray the Lord will help you to walk in the kind of love He wants you to walk in. Thank you very much for watching me, and have a blessed week. Bye bye.